Good evening to one and all. I, Professor Preeti Saxena, from the Department of Human Rights and Director of Center of Postgraduate Legal Studies, Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, welcome you all in this online international webinar on the very relevant topic, that is quarantine and prevention of diseases, international and comparative law perspectives. Now, so far as the quarantine is concerned, the first law regarding the isolation was started in 1377, and that law was made in the General Council of the European countries when the plague was running very rapidly. And at that time, it was known as Trenitron. Now this trend, that was only for the 30 days and it continued, and after some time it was turned and enhanced for 40 days, and then it was known as the quarantine. Quarantine, that simply means the 40 days. Quarantine is of Italian origin, which simply means quarantine. Quarantine is again, that is 40, and it has a Latin terminology also, quarantita. So this quarantine is simply to prevent the transmission of the diseases, whether there is a transmission by bacterial, we can say, disease, or by the viral disease. Now, as we are all knowing that corona has spread all over the country, and no country in the world is left because of this corona, and the death toll is also on the very higher side, but all the stakeholders, they are performing their duties and to stop and to we can say reduce the contagion of the corona. And that is why not only the scientists and the medicos, but also the legal field personnel, they are also involved as to how to control, how to reduce this current coronavirus, so that we can live a life which is to be considered to be a dignified life. Now, quarantine, that is started in 1377, and later on in 15th century, the days have been increased from Trentino to this quarantine, 30 to 40 days, was simply to isolate those sick and infectious persons who were on board. Now, later on, it was considered and accepted in all the jurisdictions in the world, and this is now an established procedure to reduce or stop the transmission of the disease, whether it's a bacterial form or it's a viral form. So in plague, in cholera, at every time, whenever there has been any pandemic, this has been considered to be a good, we can say, device to stop and to reduce the transmission of any of this pandemic or viral diseases. Now, so far as the law is concerned in India, we have the Constitution of India. And the Constitution under 7th Schedule and Union List 1, Entry 81, confers the power on the Parliament to legislate on quarantine as well as on the isolation. Now, so far as the law which is in existence in India is concerned, on the basis of which we are now tackling this corona problem, and that is the vintage law of 1897, known as the Epidemic Disease Act. Now, though it is said to be an old act, but to meet out the present situation, that law has been duly amended on 22nd April 2020, and now we have the Epidemic Disease Amendment Ordinance 2020, whereby the situations which were emerging of various miscreants as well as of the patients who were damaging the property as well as who were injuring the medical doctors, medics, and at the same time the health warriors. So to meet the situation, the penalty and punishments have been stringently made in this ordinance of 2020. So one of the act which is of 1897 is now updated in 2020 to meet the situation of the corona. The second law is of that Disaster Management Act of 2005, whereby we are having a lockdown or de facto quarantine. We can say that we all are in the de facto quarantine now because of this lockdown. and this is the act is Disaster Management Act of 2005. Besides these two particular acts, we have also the provisions in the other acts, whether it be Indian Penal Code section 269 onwards, as well as section 188 and 505 clause 1b. At the same time, the Criminal Procedure Act of India, that is also providing under section 144 the provisions regarding this to meet the situation in the corona, we can say, pandemic. At international level, we all know that the World Health Organization is we can say, leader in maintaining the public health. And the World Health Organization has declared this corona as a pandemic on 11th March 2020. So after that, a number of advisories have also been issued by the WHO, and very specific advisories are also issued under the International Health Regulation of 2005, as well as particular and specific advisories for disabled person, for women, for children, as to what to do and what not to do in order to meet the situation and in order to tackle the corona, for which the experiments of our vaccine are going on by the scientists, by the researchers, by the medicals, and the law people are also doing at their own level as to what has to be done. Supreme Court is also functioning well in order to giving directions at that situation. So nationally, we have the laws to tackle the situation. Internationally, we have the regulations to tackle the situation. And all the countries in the world are having different statutes and acts to meet out this type of the situation, because this type of the viral infections or viral disease are not for the first time, and I must also say that this will be continued in the future also. So to meet this situation, we have started this quarantine and the prevention of diseases nationally as well as internationally, from the legal perspective also.